before some of you guys start showing up, just wanted to let you know again, if you're looking at relocating to a different region and you need some assistance, I offer my consulting services to you and your family, you and your loved ones, because I'm sure most of you are aware that things are heating up in a lot of locations simultaneously. So um, I'm sure your spidey senses have been up, but probably more now than ever before. They're probably up and really tingling. Your spidey senses are tingling. So um, we're going to discuss today, you know, what my opinion is as to what's next, where they're going to strike next, and then also have a solution for you if you take advantage of, the information, how you can kind of get out of the way of things. Uh, you know, there's no total solution for getting out of the craziness of how things work today because it's all over the world crazy, but it's less crazy in other parts of the world than some other parts. So you need to know that too. But I'm going to go into uh, what I believe, just looking at indicators, might be a next move for those powers that be, I guess you could call them, and what you need to be looking at to sidestep those moves. You can already see the financial side of things, the domino effect of how they can rise something up and how they can bring it down. So that's a strike there, already striking in that area heavily. Because if they can hurt your pockets, they can hurt everything else, because money is controlling everything else. It just does. And anybody who says it doesn't ain't in the real world. You guys, everything you do is connected to money. It's not that you have to love money, but you have to respect it as a tool. And you have to know how to wield that type of sword in order to cut through all this traffic out here and bypass all the jams and all the detour routes and go straight for what you're trying to go for. So you got to know how to do that. If you're not skilled in that area, you got to get skilled. You got to get skilled and you got to get up on game. So let me go into real quick. Before I do, I'll just do another self promo for myself. If you ever need relocation services or consulting on how to maneuver certain things, finances, how to shift from this region to that region, my website is in the description. You can hit me up through that website or contact me via the contact page. That's cool. And then also, you can also take advantage of my free consult. I do normally like a 30-minute free consultation for people whose minds are a little cluttered, who are interested in, relocating. So I do offer some services at no cost, but I vet people's information through the website first before I make contact. So if you're not in the right space, and I can tell from reading your response or your information in the email, then I might end up passing and say thank you for contacting me, blah blah blah. I think you should do this. I'll send you a quick email snapshot of some brief points, and then you can span out from there. My time is valuable to me, very valuable, so I charge for my consulting service. Anyway, let's get straight into it. Where y'all think they will hit next? Well, my guesstimation is they're going to attempt to pull another 9.1.1 scenario. And somewhere in the States. Because you have to follow the patterns and the cycles. And you have to see how they did it the last time. And you learn from that, and then you place yourself on the opposite side of those crosshairs. So what happens before countries like the one that most of you guys are listening to me from. Because I look at my stats, most like 98% of my people are in the States, in America. So before, kind of lost my train of thought. So basically, before each war occurs, they do the same script. It's always the same. Oh, by the way, guys, hit the thumbs up as you enter in the chat. It really helps boost the message out, helps my channel. Thank you. You can support me that way. Get everybody who's on here, hit the thumbs up. Thanks. So, before every war, they always start marketing a certain way, and then they also have to make something happen, something drastic, to enrage the population. Why do they need that? Because they actually need your authority before they do it. If everybody went offline, or 80% of the populace went offline, and they didn't have nobody to broadcast to, well, guess what? That's 80% of the people who wouldn't give a hoot, who could give a rat's ass about what's going on, and wouldn't have anything to do with transferring energy back and forth with them, giving them authorization to then go do something. Now, they could just do something, but they actually need your approval to do it first. So you'll notice that they'll start doing a lot of disclaimers first. Well, this agency is getting information that there could be some type of attacks incoming and blah, blah. You'll start hearing a lot of chatter like that if you watch media, because what they're doing is setting you up for that's the disclaimer. That's yep, we about to do something. And we don't know who, they tell us who the people are, the bad guys are, right? And come on, man, you could throw a mask on somebody, throw a cape on them, and script them to go do something. They do it, you televise that, and then everybody's like in shock and horror. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Like Kevin Hart, oh my God, what did they just do? Oh my goodness. Okay, everybody's like that. Well, once everybody goes like that, they got you, because they're going to do the first strike through fear, but preceding that is going to be propaganda. Get your spidey senses up about, oh, it's right around the corner. Oh, shoot. You know what I'm saying? Say you paying attention to traffic, you riding home worried about what this representative said, this state's representative, this president, and so on and so forth, what's going on. Everybody's still under the mesmerized magician's wand, spiritual kind of battle thing with, oh, they're going to hit us with nukes. This country's going to war, that country's going to war. Well, none of us would have known any of that unless you was watching the media and they're broadcasting that broad message, broadcasts, putting them hooks out in the water too. You know what you do when you go fishing, you cast your line out. See if you can snag something with that hook. So on that broadcast, they're going to be putting out messages constantly about this is coming and that's coming. That way they always got you right on the tipping point of making a decision what energy you're about to exchange with them. So what I think, from what I'm seeing, this is going to be something that happens possibly around first of the year, where there's going to be some big uproar, some big thing. Because the country that flies that flag, that red, that white, and that blue, they're looking at 3 different war scenarios going on at the same time. ISIS, REAL, real, is real. It's a real threat. I don't know if anybody listening to me right now is from that region, but that stuff that's going on over there, and you got the Palestinian people, and then the other group, I don't like to say their name too much, the group that created, there's a little, I should have grabbed that link, but when Biden was, I don't even know, senator or whatever, he was doing a speech about that country, Israel, okay? Doing a speech about them being in the region, and them being in the region to protect the interests of the U.S. of the A. So once you start gathering the positioning of why they are even there in that region in the first place, then you can have the right view when you see the news on what they talking about. Because you know the news is going to pitch who the enemy is and who the heroes are. Normally, the people that's pitching that information are it's the reverse. They the the Freddy Kruegers of the world and the Jasons of the world, but they're gonna put it on other countries like they are, because that's the ones they're going after. So if you ask me, from what I see going on, they prez over there that runs that country is Rael, that land that they created, that governing entity for that region that they put there and applied this story to make everybody fear that these are the people in the book. And for what we know, we don't have any idea who really wrote the book, so we don't really know how far this all really go back. But anyway, as far as I can tell, they there to protect the interests of the country you probably live in right now, the U.S. of the A. Okay. When they go in to fight against the other country that they're fighting against, again, it's not because they there to protect themselves, because they just recently were created less than 70 years ago. They weren't there prior to that. They relocated to that region and took over that area. So the people that's there, Palestinian folk, they there minding their own business, got intruders in the land saying this is ours, we're taking it. That's why you got all that's ongoing war since they've been there. Is not because all the other nations are coming against them because of the book. No, it's really, you don't even get the description of how they got up in that spot. If you go research that, you'll see that they're the intruders. So what I see playing out on little pieces of stuff I watch, because I don't watch that much, because I don't want to get too contaminated with all that mumbo jumbo, because at the end of the day, you still got to be at the point where what's your narrative and how you're processing your thoughts. And I'm always going to tell you guys, shoot you straight. If you watch that stuff too much, you definitely going down with the ship. Why? Because you ain't got your own ship. You ain't got control of your own ship. They do. So you got to make sure that you don't fall. When you fall to the enemy, you fall into the enemy here first. Then they come take your body. Then they turn into the body snatchers. They got to get your mind first. They got to get so far, so deep up in there that you're actually stuck in the sunken place, and you're easy pickings. So this is why you gotta do more work on, and like myself, I gotta keep working. You gotta keep working that mind. You gotta keep working a different script outside of the one that they keep parlaying your actions with or through. So at the end of the day, that's the solution. But just so excuse me, just so you know a little bit about what I think my opinion is, because you got a lot of shootings. They're ramping up the shootings. They did that during that other president that was in there, the melanated one previous, the one that did nothing for melanated people. There were a lot of those going on then, interestingly, because of course that side of things wants you to be easy pickings for them, even more so by making sure you can't defend yourself, through different means as far as having weaponry and stuff. So when you get into that, part of things, you can start seeing how you go back to the cycles of things and how things work. When this president's in, these occurrences are high. When another one gets in, they drop down. Why is that? When this guy is in, they go back up. It's the same campaign. It's the same theme. It's the same thing they did before, getting to do it again. And then they have to keep mixing up the stories and causing commotion. So then you got all of these political witch hunts going on. You got all these outlandish things going on. You got people just walking through the border, getting vouchers, getting money, getting rides on jets, nice buses to get in the city. Why me and you can't get on a free plane ride and go to a city? Why me and you can't get a voucher for $2,000 a month? The basic income thing. Why can't we get that then? But it's available to people who, you know, haven't put in any work in the region yet, but it's not available to me and you. We still got to scrap for ours. So yeah, y'all should be upset. You should be. There's no countries in the world that I can even put a finger on that just let people just see. They got it to the point to where your senses kind of immune to that information. Maybe even like, do you know there's no countries that allow you to just walk in there? You can't just come in there. I mean, you really got to sneak under cover of darkness and do all kind of crazy stuff. And you might get in some countries because they can't guard every inch of their territory, having a body there every inch of the way. But for the most part, most countries got very stringent border guidelines. And immigration stuff, like you gotta go through the process. They catch you on the border, you going straight to jail. You going to a dirty jail, a jail you ain't never wanted in your life wanted to visit. That's where you're gonna be, and they don't care who you is because you came across a border illegally and blah blah blah. So y'all can see the border stuff. They're gonna try to change the attention to some other stuff. Pretty soon you're gonna probably hear reports. Oh, they finished building the wall, or they probably put up a section just to aesthetically please the American people. So you think they did something, but one minute that side says, "Oh, you don't need a wall." The next minute, we better put up a wall because the people like really tripping out over this invasion stuff that's going on. So we better do something about that so we can save face. Y'all see what y'all dealing with? You're dealing with the same thing over and over again, thinking, and then you participate, thinking it's going to be a new result, different result. Man, come on. I don't care who go up in there. It's going to be the same thing for certain groups of people. It's going to be the same thing. So the best tactic you could provide for you and your family is to get your mind focused on not what they're talking about, on not what everybody else is doing, and on what you actually dream to do. Instead of putting that on the back burner, you need to put that on the front burner and put all this other mumbo jumbo on the back burner where it belongs. That's like entertainment. It's like, do you know how much stuff goes on in the world? They got your mind and your vision like in a little bubble right here, to the point where you really can't see nothing else but what they got you looking at. And when you get in that space, your life is in danger. You're in so much danger. When you, one, think a war is coming to your front door at any moment, that's a danger spot. That's a hot zone. Two, that the economy is going to collapse and you ain't going to have nothing. That's another hot spot. That's a danger zone. Yeah, you is going to have to survive if you keep entertaining those thoughts. And everybody know it's not too many people on the face of the earth who want to scrap and scrape to survive. Some people, I would say, it's some folks out there that just, that's all they want to happen. But for the majority of people, I just want to do my thing and be left alone. Unless I need your help or need your assistance, I'll hit you up. But I just want to go do life, right? Whatever that is, whatever I believe that is. So ain't too many people. I know how to survive. I was training people, survival specialist stuff, doing crazy, living off the land. But okay, I'm okay with that. I got some training in that area. But I had to shift when I saw it becoming toxic to my life. First, to my mindset, I got to walk around ready, Freddy at all times. If you're ready, you ain't got to get ready, kind of thinking, and like keep your head on a swivel. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's cool. But it becomes detrimental and toxic to your body, to your mind. And when your bloodstream get toxic, well, ain't nothing left to do but croak. You know, that's what toxicity does, is it kills stuff. It's acidic. There's no alkaline features to it, so things tend to die when they become toxic. That's what this whole setup is for. Like, they can eliminate people just off of toxicity alone, just implanting thoughts that don't really exist. But because you don't watch so many movies and programs, you see, you watch paid programming, they telling you what it is. They programming you. Somebody's paying for that programming to get you to do what they want you to do. So we watch so much of that stuff. What ends up happening is they control the narrative all the time. They keep you running through all these hoops, and you become toxic to yourself, to others. And then most people don't even realize that's what's going on. They don't realize they've been brainwashed into toxicity, brainwashed into accepting that's what's going to happen, instead of saying, yo, well, not for me, it ain't. Like, everybody's running. It's a fire this way. Everybody running to the fire exit, right? Okay. So everybody's like running like roaches, trying to escape the fire that they don't see yet. But just because somebody yell fire, everybody go follow that person and run that way. That's what they want. You need to be the person. I'm the one that's like, I ain't going with all them fools, because that's who gonna get killed. They end up running that way, don't get burned up by the fire, but they all fall off the edge of the building or something. You know, fall off a cliff, following the person who's yelling fire. Because the person who's yelling fire is not a professional fire person. They're just a person who's scared of everything. Actually, I'd rather run towards the fire instead of getting taken by the toxicity of the smoke. At least while the fire is burning hot, it's not as much smoke. If you notice a fire, if you keep some wood on that fire, you got hot fire. You got stuff that burns stuff. The heat builds up. But when you don't have the wood in the fire, it starts losing fumes, but you get more smoke. So I'd rather run towards the damn fire and be able to see it instead of sitting over there sucking up all these fumes and pass out and die anyway, right? I'll take my chances running away from the crowd. Just don't be a crowd runner. Don't run with the crowds. You got to start getting your mind set up right now for that. It's kind of getting to some prick points where things probably are going to start happening, but to be honest, things are already happening. It's not even news. Like, it's not even big fat news anymore. You just don't see it happening because they're not broadcasting it to you what's going on the rest of the world. So today, over here where I'm at in Vietnam, you didn't know that around the corner from me while I was jogging this morning, it was a big old black plume of smoke. Just came up out of nowhere and there was something burning. Did y'all see that on the news? No. Oh, it was a lady downstairs who fell off her motorbike and got hurt down here on the street down here where I live. Did y'all see that? No. Oh, there's about 40 people that passed transition today in the hospital. They died from different things, yada, yada, yada. They're just dropping dead everywhere. Did y'all know about that? No. Okay. The stuff that they keep showing you is not intended for you to benefit from it. If so, you would be seeing stuff from all over the world. My whole point is bad stuff, good stuff, and all kind of stuff just happen anyway. It's just life. Like, if at one point in the history of mankind, I'm sure technology was actually more advanced than this. Then we think we hold some tech. I think it was more advanced than this. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother discussion. But I do know that as far as, technology is concerned and stuff, the only reason why we're seeing all of this stuff is because they got it to the point where it's a very powerful tool to be used against you. If you're an evil king over a kingdom that's expanding and conquering, and you don't have the same amount of military people or people that work for the kingdom as you do populations to control, so you can keep getting them taxes from them, then you got to come up with different ways to control folks, even if you ain't there. That's why you got TV. That's why we got these devices. That's why we got even cars and stuff. Now they got you controlled in a spot that they can see you coming and going, and you got to register it, and you got to, there's all kinds of ways of control. You got that license that gives you a permit to access something. You got to have a certificate for this and a number for that. So those are all control tools. So just like this technology, it's the same thing. They clever. They clever now. They ain't stupid. They ain't like a bag of hammers jingling around, jang-a-lang-a-lang, lang-a-lang. No, they ain't stupid. They've been at this for a long period of time, and certain select groups and families have continued to pass that information down to their heirs, keep it intact, and control and build on the controls previously to where they got it honed. It's like a skill. It's like a book. They got volumes of books, I'm sure. Okay, let me see. Volume 2, how to shut down a country. Hey, Jess, go ahead and grab that for me. Let me school you in the art of shutting down a country. And they got other books on the shelf. How to control millions of people through fear. Let me grab that volume. Oh, for real? You just do that? Yeah, you just do that first, that second, that third. Here's the result. Oh, dang, that's easy. Yep, we got everything already set up. We own all the media outlets. We already got everybody sold on the fact that that's what you use to find out what's going on. So that's easy. We got them. No problem. Yeah, give them something to use so they can participate in what we control them with. It'll make them feel good, like they one up us. Make them let them think they one up too. Yeah, let's sprinkle some stories out there about this person looks like they're going to jail. This person's taking bribes, and we're going to get them. You see, they never go to jail. You see, they never. Oh, it's so funny. They done forgot about all the other politricians that should have already been to jail, should have already been put under the jail. They still running around spinning narratives out there on TV and getting money. So don't make sure y'all just don't fall prey to thinking that these people out there are somehow assisting you for your better. If any of them could, you would know it by now. And if any of them I would point at, they would be your neighborhood or city's representative people. Those are the places that you would be barking up those trees at hard, going up in there every day like, yo, like Janet Jackson, what have you done for me lately? Dun, dun. That's where you need to be doing that. There's other stuff. See, they got most people really believing that Fed Gov part controls everything. But they've been positioning themselves into that position. Actually, I'm sure some of those states over in North America are being fought against by them so that they can get control. Because they playing some heavy. I told you already at war. The warfare been going on. You got a select group that's always trying to get all of everything, but still make it appear that everything on the ground level is somehow controlled by the people and you have a say so. This is how they keep you in your place so there's no revolt going on. They don't want that because that's ugly. It messes up infrastructure. They lose control and then they got to run for the hills. It's happened before. They just don't share that information. That's why some of these countries like Haiti, Somalia, they constantly up in there because those countries say, oh, enough is enough, partner. Y'all got to go. Y'all we got to get y'all up out of here. So to this day, they making sure economically first, of course, they control by creating poverty. They slide their banking system up in there. And then when everybody get used to that system, then they pick and choose who gets access to those funds. It causes the people to become poor so they can't rise up. And then they just suck all the living blood and resources out of you from that point on. And then they put puppet master politricians as heads of state, as ambassadors, and this and that, and then and they let you vote, but you still voting for their people. That's how they get down. So it's always the appearance that you got some skin in the game, but the game was designed by them. So this is why you gotta create and run your own narrative. And like you said, Shining Diana, it's chess game, it ain't checkers. They be playing the long game, they got us playing the short game. You know, it got us over here like, snap. It's almost the first again. I got a bill to pay. Shoot, I gotta, you know. And yo, listen, y'all, it's gonna be more layoffs. There's gonna be more companies shutting down on purpose. There's gonna be more banks closing. Don't be surprised. You know, anytime you try to control a demolition to make things fall a certain way, you have to do things at certain intervals. So don't be panicked over that. Just make your moves. Know that that's incoming features. You got to start creating different streams of income. Y'all see how, I mean, I'm building them in a whole different country altogether. I still got them coming from the U.S., but I've learned over the years, you got to have 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 streams running. So if 3 or 4 dry up, you still got a couple left. You know, if you have been working for companies your whole life, it's time for you to start your own thing and have your side gig already in place, because you don't want to be a casualty of war when one bullet fly, and all it takes for them to cripple most people and get you on a whole nother system that you really ain't gonna like, you're gonna have to accept, is to cripple your finances. So there again, you say, Major, what should I do? How should I do? You gotta go out there and get this did. Your life depend on it. Like my life depend on what I did, what I'm doing, how I move, and how I got my family moving. So yours is the same. No excuses. You got to be one of them people who just. I made a video on my channel somewhere. I should have put that link in here. I didn't even get that many views from it, but because people don't even comprehend. But it said convenience will kill you. That was the title. Convenience will kill. And what I meant by that was you've been programmed into a state of convenience to the point where you the frog in some hot water that's getting turned up, but you don't know it, because when you got in that water, it was lukewarm. It was just comfortable. It was convenient how you slid up in the pot. You got a ladder, you got a rope, and a 5 or 6 different ways you can get out of there. So you're like, oh, if at any time I can, run into some problems, I'll just climb up out of here. But you just were unaware that the water was gradually getting turned up. Before you could grab the rung of that ladder to climb out of that pot, you was boiling in it. Because your body adjusts to the heat. Just think about, your body will keep adjusting to the heat to a point where you get comfortable. It gets convenient. You might not move when you need to move because convenience got you in that spot. You need to get unconvenienced, and you need to get uncomfortable, make yourself uncomfortable to the point where you can break away from the convenience features that they got us navigating. Being over here in Vietnam, it's a lot of beautiful stuff. You got high-rise buildings and stuff, but they don't do stuff like we do over there. It's very inconvenient based on, say, American standards or maybe European standards. I ain't been to Europe yet, but I would imagine since Europe spawned off the United States of America Corporation, and that's what they got in play over there. You see the flags are similar, just a little different design, all the same colors. The convenience feature is what will kill people. Not having, because it rewires your thoughts. It rewires your thoughts, then your thoughts turn into actions. So when you need to bob and weave and block that punch, you just sit there like, oh, that was a punch? Yeah, you got hit upside the head. Okay? That's what convenience does. So that's just a tip for you. Realize that you have so much convenience at you. And see, when you, the trick of it is, the biggest trick and the biggest misconception is a lot of people could be listening to me saying like, yo, I don't make that much money. Convenience already got your ass because I don't make that much money. Do you know that people here, the like a salary here, it's not abnormal for somebody to make $300 a month, U.S. money, that amount, and their money is a different figure, but it's equated to $300 U.S. Some people make $1,000 a month over here rolling. That's big time money. So you over there, and I know things cost more in America. Okay, I get that, but it's because you don't have the information about what other people get in their country and they do well with that little bit they have. If you take on that same concept, your results will be different, and you can mentally and then physically find your way out of that situation. Most of the time, it's because let's run through a couple of things why American folk can't get out of the predicament they in, resource-wise, economics. Gotta have Netflix. Some people, not everybody, gotta have Starbucks. Gotta have some McDonald's. Gotta have some drive-through. Gotta have some Church's Chicken. Gotta buy certain things a certain way at the store. Okay? Things that end up not even being beneficial for you. Some folk buying cars cost more than a house. Some folks buying house cost more than 5 cars, but barely paying that payment. Yep. So we got credit cards maxed out. Now I owe, not me, but I'm just saying people now they owe, stressed out, creating toxins, all the while getting bombarded with, oh, the nukes are going to start flying. Oh, incoming. The war start, incoming. Trump's going to jail. Incoming. Biden fell down the stairs again. Incoming. You know, on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Like rabbit holes within rabbit holes at all times. They got you sitting. I think a lot of people in the States right now are so stressed out that that's going to be the number one sniper shot. Because you know that stress, I mean, we could just get sick and be sick anyway. We just got bodies, so you could just, I got a little scratchy throat from coming from Saigon back to the seaside. So the atmospheric change can make you look, we just get sick anyway, just being peoples, being humans. But then with no worries, you can just get sick. But then add on top of bombarding your subconscious with the amounts of information that they are doing because we're letting them. We're just sitting there watching like this. Oh, dad, y'all see what they did to that? Oh, shoot. Sookie now. What happened? Oh, let me change the channel. Now TV got 498 channels you can click through. I'm sure some of y'all got cast on your thumbs. Your fingers are burnt, your fingerprints burnt off from pushing the damn remote. So, you know, like, they got to really up in some stuff. When I was little, we had 3 channels. We had channel 41, cartoons and stuff. You had 4, 5, and maybe 9. Or channel 6, 41. Then it went to channel 62. And little by little, they had, when I was a little kid, the phone was in the kitchen, rotary dial. So you really don't want to call nobody having to do all the it'd take you 5 minutes to call a number. So that was inconvenient. So we didn't call people that much. You had to really be emergency or some serious gossip to be on the phone. And in the phone, it was one phone in the house. The cord stretched from the kitchen all the way to the back room. You just needed one phone back then. You know what I'm saying? Now, look at what's going on. They made it income. You know, why was we needing to get I had to analyze that one day. What reason did I have back then when I was a teenager? Well, I was doing some street stuff, so I had reasons to have a beeper, a pager, had my little Motorola pagers. You know, people call your pager and put their number in, then you got to get to a payphone and then call their number back so you can see what they wanted, that kind of tech. Okay, so I know what I was using mine for, but I'm just saying, outside of that, didn't nobody need to call you while you was driving or while you was riding your bike or on your big wheel with the power slide. You know, you used to have a big wheel. If y'all young, you don't know what a big wheel is. But, you know, we had a big wheel. That was the 3-wheel little trike you pedal. And then it had a brake on it so you can go real fast, pull up the brake and spin around. You know, the stuff kids don't do no more. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Okay. So we had that was the culture of things then. It was like, it was actually less control, but they had economic controls on folks because you was living in the hood, or you was living in the high area, or you was living in the Caucasian area, you know. So they had those controls in place. But now it's that times all the tech, all the information bombardment, times all the stuff they put in the food, all the stuff they put in the water, all the stuff they put in the air, all the stuff you put in your hair product, in your hair. I made it rhyme, so it, you know, look like that. All the stuff they got beaming through the Wi-Fi, all the stuff they got coming through your microwave, all the stuff that's coming out your hair dryer. Now it's that times all of this. Then you got more pollution. So you see, you don't need a lot of stuff to get sick, but then you taking in all of this other junk food for your body and your mind and your spiritual person. You taking on all of that, and you're willingly accepting the mark of the beast. You know, already, if you already don't have control over your mind, you already accepted the mark of the beast. Most people keep thinking all this outlandish stuff that you got to get some chip inserted up your to accept the mark. Oh, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. They turn that damn food off, take your plate off your table, and your kids sitting there looking hungry. You don't know what you're gonna do you? Unless your mind is already in thrive mindset, you're gonna have to deal with survive mindset. And that's my biggest part of my message right there. So, you know, take out of this what you can, take out of this what you can use, and blah 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 blah. But you know, don't think that life just gonna stop living just because they keep making you think that's what's gonna happen. And I know there's religious materials out there that say, oh, yep, this is it. This is the end of the road. Then okay, why are you still paying your bills? Why are you still following the law? Why you still get up, go to work, and do this and do that, and blah, blah, blah? Why do all these other countries, why are people on the beach out here every morning exercising and breathing in air and getting in the, why, if it's all just going boom, blow up, why everything keep moving? If you want to be a casualty of war, go on and be one. If that's what you believe, that's what you're going to get. If you want to be thrive mindset, like everywhere I go, all I do is win no matter what. If you one of them people, that's what I'm doing right here, everywhere. Because we all got a couple of minutes of time to be here. You don't know when you're going to go anyway. You think you're going to get hit by a nuke, and you slip in the bathtub on a banana peel, and you out of here. So you don't know how you're going to go anyway. Why don't you just live all you can live up until you gone? Why you let them convince you that they gonna take you out? Shit, you ain't taking me out. No, I'm not gonna let you, because I'm on my journey. So if it don't fit my narrative, it don't come to me. Now, yeah, I can just leave this planet too. We all got to do that at some point. And one day when I do, somebody will look back at these videos and be like, yo, that little G right there, he was real. Yeah, that's a real dude right there. That's what everybody need to be, is real. Stop sucking up all of their energy and then regurgitating it back on the planet. That's why the planet is so jacked up now, because you believe the hype and then you spread the hype. If you don't open your mouth and spread it, you spreading it with your thoughts. That's more powerful than what come out your mouth anyway. Because when your subconscious start believing that you believe the BS that they gave you to believe, then it go create everything in your environment to make sure it match up with what you believe. That's why people's prayers don't get answered, because you really don't believe it's going to work anyway. You don't have to pray. You could just say, you could just repeat it over and over again, and then expect it to come in. Eventually that thing will come to you. It might not come exactly how you think it will if you leave out details, but it's going to head your way. Things are going to line up based on what you put out there on your broadcast station. You know, your brain is a radio station or a TV station. You broadcasting all the time. You receiving and broadcasting at all times. Okay? So once you realize that's what's going on, now you can start deciding, how am I going to broadcast? And then, by the way, what I broadcast is based off of what I'm receiving. So right there, you want to change your situation, start receiving the information for the change that you want to get to, not the information for the part that you don't want to go to. That's what they got most people doing, is receiving information, dwelling on that information in fear, allowing them to create the situation for their life that they don't even want to create. And he said, why it always end up being like this for me? Because you don't understand, you fail to research, you fail to do due diligence, and go out there and learn and take pointers from people that are speaking truth, and you rather parlay your time into all this entertainment bullshit, and laugh and joke all the time instead of getting some real applicable skill sets put into your mind that you can use to benefit yourself. We sitting around watching everybody else get rich. You sitting around watching everybody else driving whips and nice cars and buying stuff and jumping on planes and flying everywhere else. If you just sitting around watching them do it, and then at the end of all of that motivation, you go, yeah, yeah, and he lucky, he probably born with a silver spoon in his mouth, blah, blah, but whatever. I gotta go work in the morning. You get what you put out. That's all it is. So either you want to use the rest of your time that you got left, which none of us know what that is, to profoundly change your trajectory in this place they call in the earth, the world, or whatever, or you just want to keep dwelling in that sunken place and always getting the sunken results and always feeling sunken. Is really either this side or that side. Really ain't no middle on that piece. You either gonna did it or it's gonna did you. And so, you gotta make sure if anything that you have in your being, it's like calling you to do it, or it's called you to do it before. Something that's called you to start your own cooking channel, start your own restaurant, whatever it is. That's the true you in there. And if you ain't doing that trueness, you ain't gonna get a lot of true living out of this place. You're gonna always get I got a little, I went to a birthday party this weekend. I had a little fun. Now I gotta get back to work. Oh, I went bowling. That was, if that's your thing and that's enough for you, that's enough. But if you ever go to bed at night like, dang, I want to make a change, but I can't do it, then you need to change it. Only person available for that task is you. God ain't gonna help you. Ain't no deity on the planet gonna come and hold your hand and help you put your underwear on every day. Sure ain't gonna come help you start a business. Okay? So if whoever or whatever you pray to don't come help you mop your floor, cook a meal for your family, go to the store, pick up the stuff. If ain't none of that happening, you got to do all of that. You got to fix whatever it is you need to fix for you. That's all I said about this. Can y'all hit the thumbs up, please? If you like this message and you haven't hit the thumbs up, I appreciate if you go ahead and do that by support my channel. This shows the support. Not that I'm telling you to do something and you just do it. No, it just shows support. I put out a lot of energy when I speak. Sometimes my messages are jumbled. I don't really come pre-packaged. I'm not coming with anything written down. I got a pen in my hand so I can not touch the screen so much. You see the little thing on there that lets me scroll my screen and do stuff, so I don't have to keep touching that radiation all the time. And I feel better when I don't touch the screen. So I ramble a lot. I circle the wagon sometimes. Sometimes I don't get to the point. Sometimes I get to it. But if I got to a point, something pricked you, something pushed your button, that's this message was for you. So let me check some of what y'all talking about real quick, because I'm always interested in what y'all saying. See, it's quite a few folks on here. Appreciate y'all. Miss Cherry in the house. Hey, y'all, if y'all ain't been to Miss Cherry's channel, if you a female and you ain't been to Miss Cherry's channel, you better check yourself. Go over there and support her channel. She, I think Miss Cherry got forks and knives this pink color. I think her car pink. I think her rugs pink. Shoot, she probably got pink socks. I mean, everything pink. If you into girly stuff, go to Miss Cherry channel. She all bougie pinked out over there. Okay, so if you like that kind of stuff, go support her channel. She be putting out content. We all of us content creators, y'all don't see it, but we put energy into what we creating, and then we're distributing it to you. The only reason you should participate and then exchanging that energy back is so it reciprocates. Okay, A lot of people have channels they direct sell you into buying something, and that's where their exchange comes in. Ain't nothing wrong with that. They do good sales. They got their sales funnel set up. You end up on their website and you be like, dang, I like this. I bought that. I bought that. Okay, because I need it because I'm trying to prepare. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But on these channels, it's giving you information that could change your whole universe around, change your whole mindset. Your real world is here. This is the what you're seeing out there through your eyes is being created from all of the minds, but putting this out there, and then it turns into takes the matter and forms it and turns it into this that you see. That's why people say, "Oh, it's just an illusion," right? Well, it's all of the thoughts of all of the minds. That much power is what's creating what you see coming through your eyes. Okay, so we put a lot of energy out there. Support us. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the likes. Put comments back on here. Go to my website. Click it. Go check out the information. It's wingyoungofficial.com. It's in the description area, so I don't have to spell it here. You can just check that out. If you ever wanted to travel to Vietnam, I'm actually, maybe I shouldn't speak that yet, but actually I did make the purchase, so I could go ahead and speak on it. I'm opening a VIP transportation service in Saigon, and we'll be able to scoop people up from the airport. All black cars, all black truck, all swagged out stuff, like really. And then we've got, I'll have agents. I've got protection agents, and for people who scared somebody gonna get them, or you're high level VIP and you want some professional protection personnel around you. Maybe you're coming in doing some meetings, whatever it is. And we've got English speaking staff that will take you to all the main spots. If your preferred treatment is, the nightclub, the night scene life, and high-end restaurants and high 5-6 star hotel stuff, we'll set all that up for you. If your thing is, hey, I just want to see the sights, I want to go get a massage, I want to go do this, I want to drink beer in a club, see what a club, like a bar is like in Vietnam that's got, foreigners and Vietnamese, we'll put you in that. You want to go shopping at the high-end stores for probably a little less cost than America, we'll put you in there. So that's what I've got coming up soon. So if you ever want to travel to Vietnam, look me up if you need that information on how to get here. We've got travel agents in the States you can book tickets through. They help you get your visa. You got to have your passport. We're not going to help with that. That's something you got to do on your end. But it's worth taking a look at. Even if you just fly to Cuba from the States, you like 90 miles off the coast of Florida, go to Cuba. Get out of the frequency of America for a minute. You'll be so surprised. Go to one of the islands, Dominican Republic. You can go to South America pretty inexpensively, and go. You can go to Panama. I got relationships in Panama. You can go see the Panama Canal. That's like a trip. You see these big old ships getting raised up and lowered by the water level, and they transfer them from. That's a crazy thing. I've been there. I've seen it. You can go to a lot of locations and get you a break from all of that crazy, because what it is, you're in the frequency of the crazy, and until you can get out of there, you're going to stay getting the results of the frequency. So it's worth it for you to go get a break. It's worth it for you to invest in saving up the money to get out of there for a couple of weeks. You owe yourself at least that. You might not get all the way over here to Vietnam and hook up with me and we go hang out, but shoot, if you can think about it. Cuba is only 90 miles from the tip of Florida. It's like the plane ride is probably from Florida is like a couple of hours, 2 hours or something? From anywhere in America, it's probably a couple of hour flight. You could go to Cuba and hang out in the tourist area and have a blast, and you'll find out that things don't operate how they're operating where you at. It's going to be a whole different, it's going to be laid back. People going to be chill. You're going to see a lot of brown folks. So if you ain't never been out of the country, there's a lot of brown folks that look like me everywhere and darker than me everywhere. They just speak different languages. You go to Panama, you think Ricky Ricardo, Ricky Ricardo from the Lucille Ball show. They just showed you all the white people who were born into those areas because they came and conquered those areas too. They parents and grandparents, they went to other areas and colonized that stuff too, and they brought their languages in there and everything else. So you never saw like the real Dominican Republic. You never saw the real Panama. You would assume that everybody is Caucasian based on news and media. If you've been there or got family there, then you know better. I saw more brown people in Panama. I was shocked. I went there like 13 years, 15 years ago. It's been quite a while, but I got off the plane and I was holding my bags. Like, oh, what's going on around? You know, that's what that programming do. You see all these black folk, you start holding your bag tight, like, yo, what's up with it? They were speaking Spanish. I was like, that's pretty crazy. Why wasn't I really paying attention to where I was coming? I didn't do no due diligence. I came from my client. He's a white guy, or he's a white Panamanian. And then I say, hey, I'm not going to say his name, but why, I see all these brown folk here, and then you white. What happened there? Oh, well, my dad was actually white. He married my mom, who was Panamanian, but then she was mixed too. He said, he the one told me, like, yo, but all the brown people, they was already here. They've been here. Yeah, we came here kind of after they was already here. So you find out all this stuff. It's worth you going. I don't care what color you is. If you just in America all the time, you need a break. While they still giving them passports, you can still buy them. You need a break. That might just do the trick for you right there. Come back with a whole different thought process. Break that programming for a minute. And then you actually will benefit from that as opposed to just being more toxic. Get out of the environment of the toxicity. All areas have toxicity, but it appears to me that some have way more than others. So trust that. Let me see what y'all talking about real quick. If you like this message, send me $452.72, all of y'all at the same time, and I'm gonna go buy another property over here with that money and thrive some more. Y'all know how I get down. I'll just say it how it is. You know, why I gotta sell people on stuff? Why people had to get sold so much? Why can't, like, your character, people just send you money because your character is straight or you tell the truth? Look like when you tell the truth, unfortunately, you get less. As far as from media, you tell the truth, you know, I don't know, he's a little shaky. Tell some good lies, oh, that sounds good right there. He gonna sell me the bridge and give me paperwork? I don't know, that sounds good. But where the bridge go from where? From Tennessee all the way to Kentucky. I'm gonna own a bridge? Oh, I'm gonna do that deal. People falling off they mental cliff 24/7 and twice on Sunday. It's a shame. All right, y'all, I'm glad y'all like the funny. Look like some new people in here. Safe Line, Randy Thomas, Alicia Seeger. My energy is real. Appreciate that. Thank you. You have it correct. Name Jehovah is wrong. What y'all talking about? Payroll national official? Okay. What do you mean? I ain't gonna get into the religious thing right now. We could talk about the Jehovah's stuff another time because y'all see it's still spelled in English on here. Ja wasn't a sound. I'm gonna just say that Ja wasn't a sound. It would have been more like yeah. It would have been a yeah sound, not a Ja sound. Anyway, what else? Miss Cherry in the house. Again, props out. Slip Art Pro. Ain't sent you before the Salt Lakers. That's what's up. Still strangely inspiration. That's what's up. Miss Proper T. Yeah, y'all. All up in here. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna get off here. It's my evening. It's probably whatever time it is your time. It's my time in the evening. So I'm gonna get off here. Give me some. Hey y'all, start drinking. Here's the health tip for today. Get you some. You can get organic turmeric powder. That's fine. Get you some black pepper. Don't matter if it's the peppercorns or the just ground up black pepper. Get you some limes. Lemons are not even real fruit. What the hell is a lemon? Is it a fruit or a vegetable? Because it's not sweet, so I guess it's whatever lemons are. Get you some lime and squeeze in there. So you're gonna make you some hot water, some fresh turmeric. You can blend it up, and then add the hot water to the blended turmeric. Get you some lemon squeeze in there, some black pepper. The black pepper helps the turmeric assimilate into your blood because it doesn't have a high absorption rate normally. So if you put turmeric in food, it's more for flavor and coloring. It has some health benefits, but it has more exponential health benefits when you either put black pepper with it or some type of oil, olive oil or something you add to it. And you get that drink and you take it, you drink it in the morning and drink it before you go to bed. You're going to start getting some different results. You can also put cayenne pepper in there and make it a little spicy. And then all of this is going to boost your immune system. It's going to start clean out your blood vessels. It's going to start helping your digestion. Read up on turmeric. It actually kills a lot of parasitic activity and diseases. I read that it actually can even take out like sexually transmitted disease, all kind of stuff. Of course, you got to keep taking it, keep it in the body for things to work. It's not like going to get some pharmaceuticals. So you got to stay up on it, stay on your grind, and keep, even though it's not convenient, you do it anyway. But that turmeric tip, make sure you brush your teeth after each use. Your teeth be looking like, carrot color. It don't do that bad. If you drink coffee, your teeth gonna get stained up anyway. But start doing this turmeric stuff to get that immune system boosted up. So if they drop another, unknown, instead of 19, it'll be 20. It'll be the civet. I'm saying a funny word, so I don't say it out. It'll be the civet 22 coming up soon, the 25 or the 30. So whichever one they pump out there, you want that immune system up. So one, you can just have more in it. Oh, and also try to go to a good chiropractor and get yourself adjusted. I did it over here. They did some stuff I had never seen before. They pulled my neck, so I thought they was gonna rip me in half. But after my adjustment, I had a burst of energy, and it's been up since then. Like my energy level is way up, and I was getting tired here and there. So those two things, health tips for the day. Go ahead and get on the turmeric tip. Hit my website, wingyoungofficial.com, if you're interested in getting in touch with me. Appreciate all of y'all being on here. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Until the next vid, this is Major. As usual, signing off for another kind of cool video. Peace.